Hello, how are we all doing? Welcome back. So yeah, it's been a little while. I've kind of neglected the channel, but yeah, just wanted to have a little chat and just don't know where to really start. But basically, yeah, I've had a lot going on. Like, I've moved home now, so I'm really happy, and that's been my main focus and my main goal, is to get the place looking exactly how I want it. But yeah, it's just been a bit of a mad time. Um, I mean, obviously, when I got sectioned, I got put into, just going to go through obviously what's been going on over the years. So I got sectioned and then I got put into supported accommodation, and that was in 2021. And then I was in supported accommodation for a while, so obviously I needed to be a bit monitored, because I'd just recently freshly come out of hospital, because of my mental health. If you've subscribed or listened to any of the other videos, you'll know obviously I was in hospital for a little while because of my mental health. I said that like twice now. But yeah, where was I going with this? So I was in supported accommodation, and yeah, I really enjoyed living there. I lived with loads of people that actually had disabilities, and it was really kind of like heartwarming for me. Like, I kind of felt healing with being with people that had learning difficulties and mental mental disabilities and stuff like that. So it really kind of was a time which actually made me heal, being around those sort of people. I don't think that I would be kind of where I am now in terms of my mental health if it wasn't for being around people that were kind of like just loving and just wanted to be, you know, seen for who they are, really. I think, yeah, it just kind of impacted how I felt about my own mental health, and it was lovely. It really was lovely. I lived with a guy that had autism, and he couldn't talk, and bless his heart, he was the most loveliest little boy. Well, not little boy, he was an adult, but he was just a lovely boy. And he really impacted me. Like, we'd sit on the couch, like we'd have like little dances in there and stuff like that. Like, we'd play music and we'd dance and we'd sing and we'd have fun, and it just was a fun time. And we'd sit on the couch, sorry, as I was saying, and he would hold my hand, and like, they were really like just affectionate and close people. And I think people get a little bit scared about people with disabilities, that they think they can change and they can, they can be a bit dangerous. But honestly, like, he was the most loveliest boy. And there was another guy there called Darren who used to say that he was my husband and I wasn't allowed to have any other boyfriend. Bless his heart. But he was absolutely lovely as well, and I wouldn't have changed any part of sorry, I can't get my words out, that part of my life for the world. Like, I'm glad I went through that, because it humbled me a lot. But yeah, so I lived there, and then I got put into temporary, I think it was, temporary place, which wasn't far from where I'd been living before. And yeah, that wasn't the best experience. Like, it wasn't the nicest of places. So I was there for like a couple of months, like 6-7 months. I wasn't there very long, but yeah, nothing really to say about that part. It just kind of was like, just come and go. Like, didn't really stay there much and just did my own thing. Barely used the kitchen because I didn't want to go downstairs and make food because I didn't want to socialise with anyone. Yeah, that's not a good thing, but yeah, that's just how I was at the time. Just kept myself to myself, really. And then from then on, I lived in a private place, which I was there for 2 years. And yeah, it wasn't the best place. Again, it was a bit of a shithole, not gonna lie. But at the time, I thought, this is luxury compared to what I've been through, and I've got my own place finally. But as we know with private, it's never really your own. So I was there for 2 years as well, up until 2022. But I had some good memories there, had good times with friends, and just built a little life there. but also have some really bad memories in that place as well. So yeah, but we won't go there, we'll save that for another time. But yeah, I will say one thing, that's where obviously I was with my abusive partner, and if you've watched the video of understanding the signs of abuse, I talk pretty much about everything that I've gone through with an abusive partner back in the time that I lived in my private place. So yeah, if you haven't listened to that one, listen to that, because I talk a little bit deeper about abuse and understanding the signs, which I might make another video on, just to be a bit clearer, and for people that obviously are going through domestic abuse, and just putting out some awareness and help to people that obviously are going through it. And also, yeah, so lived in private for 2 years, and then I recently got put back into temporary accommodation, which was a lot nicer to the one prior, before living in private. It was like luxury again, not to that extent, but it was like better. The room was nicer and everything, and I had a shower, and I had a little like, you know, it was just a lot bigger, the space. So yeah, that was given to me by the council, and then yeah, I was there from, I'm trying to think back now, from January last year until November last year. Sorry, my brain's not working. So yeah, just trying to think back. But yeah, I was there up until then. So I was in for a little while, but yeah, honestly, like, I can't stress enough like how true manifestation is, because the whole time I was sitting in there, I was thinking, I'm gonna get my own place. Like, obviously after everything that I've gone through, I know probably like that's nothing compared to what some people have had to go through, but for all the time that I've waited from going from supported accommodation to temporary to private to temporary again, there's got to be something good at the end of this. Like, I just manifested. I sat there and, like, you know, people were telling me, you're not going to get your own place, you're never going to get your own place, like, it's too hard. And I just didn't believe a word they said. Like, in my mind, I visioned it, and I actually sat there and said, like, I know that this time is different, and I just believed it. And yeah, like, recently in November, I picked up the keys to my place, and December I moved in. Well, I moved in November, but obviously the place was unfurnished, so technically I moved in a little bit later. But yeah, I'm over the moon, and that's just what I've been doing. I've been focusing on obviously getting it really in a good place, like making it like home, and it's taking time. You know, I've only just moved in, these things take time, but I didn't realise how stressful it was. Like, and obviously it's exciting, but moving is so stressful. Like, it's just, and I've got mental health, so I don't deal with stress very, very well. I panic obviously when I get stressed, because thankfully I have my medication each month to stop me from relapsing, but usually when I'm really stressed and overwhelmed, that's what causes my episodes, and that's what can trigger me. But yeah, no, I'm absolutely over the moon though that I've got my place, and yeah, it's just been a really nice, stressful roller coaster of emotions, but I'm really happy, and just wanted to update you all as to what I've been doing, and you know, trying to keep the podcast going, because yeah, I do need to get a bit better at uploading on it, but I've had a few listeners and a few followers, so I'm really happy. Thank you for following, and thank you for listening. I'm forever grateful. Whoever does listen, I love you very much, and I love you all anyway. But yeah, just wanted to send a little message and let you know that, you know, if anyone wants to chat, drop me a DM, message me or something, whatever. If you've got any questions about anything that I've spoken about, then yeah, but stay tuned, and yeah, we will catch up on the next episode, and I promise you won't have to wait very long for it, because I'm going to make sure I'm on point from now on. But yeah, lovely chatting to you all, and hope everyone's keeping safe and taking care of themselves and eating well and sleeping well. Take care. Bye bye.